So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kirtana, and I'm doing my PhD in law at UBC. And my doctoral thesis basically focuses on how digital transformation, specifically AI, is reshaping regulatory frameworks, directors' duties, and corporate accountability in general. Today, I'm going to talk about corporations as possible alignment mechanism laboratories, a topic that I'm curious about. Now, we're in a world where decisions shaping our economy, environment, and culture are increasingly made not by individuals, but by sophisticated futuristic systems, AI driven boards, automated supply chains, algorithmic market strategies. Now, in this future, corporations are no longer mere profit machines. They become powerful collective agents, curators of our shared destiny, wielding tremendous influence worldwide. Today, corporations deploy AI at an unprecedented scale, be it Walmart's inventory systems, which process billions of data points daily, FedEx tracking millions of packages in real time, Zara's fast fashion cycles, which are guided by predictive analytics, and Tesco automates restocking using behavioral data. As AI automates more corporate functions, opacity and loss of accountability become real risks for corporations. Inaction could erode cultural diversity, undermine environmental sustainability, and deepen inequalities. Now, when we think about corporations as alignment laboratories, I think there is a unique opportunity here. Corporations already navigate complex trade offs among shareholders, employees, customers, and regulators. This makes them uniquely suited to become what I call alignment laboratories, real world environments where we can design, test and refine mechanisms to ensure that powerful systems act in line with human and societal values. How do we do this? We do this by focusing on three key areas. The first one is governance. Traditionally, corporate governance has centered on fiduciary duties to maximize shareholder value. That's corporate law 101. Board of directors act in fiduciary capacity to serve the interests of the shareholders. But in an AI-driven world, that narrow focus risks significant value drift. For instance, an AI supply chain might prioritize cheap but environmentally harmful suppliers purely to cut costs. Corporate leaders are bound to serve shareholders, but we can expand this to include stakeholders, workers, communities, and future generations. Imagine boards being accountable for AI's environmental or social impact, not just profits. Incentives are another critical lever. By adopting tools like impact weighted accounting to quantify social and environmental costs, we can realign priorities. Similarly, AI systems can be programmed to optimize for metrics like carbon reduction and workforce diversity. A good example here is the UN Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights, which provide a global framework emphasizing that corporations must respect human rights by identifying, preventing, and addressing harms across their value chains. By integrating these principles into AI design and governance, for example, requiring AI systems to flag potential discriminatory outcomes or adverse labor impacts, we can ensure that technological optimization goes hand in hand with protecting fundamental rights and societal values. Third, transparency through disclosure. We need corporations to reveal how AI decisions affect us, whether it's bias in hiring tools or energy use in data centers. Transparent, auditable AI builds trust and accountability. Now, corporations mirror society's coordination challenges, balancing competing interests, monitoring drift, designing incentives. We can test solutions like value boards to oversee AI or participatory design to include diverse voices, ensuring systems reflect pluralistic goals. Now, these shifts must also go beyond boardrooms. Corporations serve as proxies for broader challenges in aligning advanced AI with humanity's pluralistic values. Take, for example, a multinational like Unilever, which uses AI tools to screen and assess candidates worldwide, for example, can become a microcosm for this challenge. By actively refining these systems to ensure inclusivity, and fairness, for instance, mitigating gender or cultural biases in AI assessments, such a corporation functions as a real-world alignment mechanism laboratory for responsible AI governance. By reimagining accountability through enhanced governance, restructured incentives, and radical transparency, corporations can transform into laboratories for aligning AI with human values. So finally, I would like to call upon the policymakers to expand fiduciary duties to include societal stakeholders, urge corporate leaders to tie incentives to long-term social goals, and expect technologists to build more transparency and accountability into AI systems from the ground up. We must ensure that the collective agents of tomorrow, both human and artificial, don't just compete but coexist, preserving the rich mosaic of human values in an AI-mediated world. Thank you so much.
Talk that you were going to argue for using corporations to experiment with technical alignment solutions in order to align with like shareholder values.
Right.
And then once those kind of techniques are tested and iterated upon, like those could be expanded to more public values. Do you think that that kind of narrower goal might be more practical to implement or encourage initially?
Okay, so I'm still exploring this idea, but my point was that if we make, the board of directors, which are at the helm of, the decision making of any company, responsible for having responsible AI systems being embedded in decision making in autonomous systems that operate in a corporation, then the accountability flows, from up to down. So, right, so if the CEOs, the board of directors take AI, ethical AI, and so, ethical AI seriously, then, their subordinates would do that as well. And that comes from law. So if we make our legal systems, robust, if we ensure that, our legal systems require the directors to sort of, comply with, the fiduciary duties, then, it'll sort of flow from top to bottom. So that was the idea, basically, but that's a good comment. Thank you.